Rory and Moore. I mentioned this previously. I think I mentioned this previously. New Rory and Moore have signed a deal with Netflix with a few other pods. It's not like a direct deal. I think it's a deal that is mostly done with their parent company. I forgot the name of it. I think it might be Volume or something. One of those companies. They did a deal with Netflix, and that meant all of their shows are now going to be exclusively be able to view on Netflix only. Netflix is doing a big push for podcasting this year. They've signed a bunch of new podcasts, like Pete Davidson's one, the retired football player Michael Irvin, he's got one, and they're also signing up a bunch of existing podcasts onto Netflix. So it will work the same with Spotify. If you want to watch Rory and Moore as an exclusive video podcast, it will only be available on Netflix, not on YouTube. Audio will still be available on all podcast platforms, but the video format of the show will only be available on Netflix. I'm just mentioning this because I wonder how many viewers they're going to lose or not, because the Spotify thing for Joe Rogan was a bit weird, because people like myself, I would call myself a bit of a Joe Rogan fanboy, especially in the beginning, and even I noticed that when he signed to Spotify the first time, I noticed I stopped watching the video podcast. I just switched to the audio. I just switched listening to it as an audio podcast. I couldn't be bothered to watch it on Spotify. And plus the Spotify player when it first launched was a bit buggy and shit. But I wonder if, because Netflix is mostly a video platform, right? People know Netflix for watching video stuff. It won't be much of a, do you think it'll be much of a change for people that watch Rory and Moore or any other podcasts to go on Netflix? I don't know. I'm not too sure if it'll be a change. It might just be pretty much the same. Because there's a bunch of people, like, I don't have a TV, but I have heard a bunch of people that watch my streams and other people's streams, and it's always fucking sick when these people send you DMs of themselves at home with you on the fucking TV. It's super eerie, right? These people who I don't know, who are in weird places around the world, random places, send you a fucking DM with a picture of me on their screen while they're watching me on their TV. So a lot of people do this. A lot of people like watch their YouTube via their TV app, or they watch their Netflix via their TV. So I wonder if maybe they won't notice much of a change, because everyone watches Netflix anyway on their TV in the background. So what's the difference between having a podcast on there? I don't know. Either way, this is the announcement.
Welcome back. I know you guys are used to a full episode that is usually here at this time, but our visuals are over at Netflix right now, netflix.com. Just type in Rory and Moore and you will see us right there. As far as audio goes, anywhere you get audio podcasts, our podcast will still be there. Patreon is still Patreon. Everything is still cool. There will still be clips on this YouTube page. This YouTube page isn't going anywhere. There'll be some lifestyle content, clips. Shit. We'll still be here, but if you want the full episodes and full Rory and Moore experience, we will be
over there
on the Netflix side of the water. That is why Baby D has changed her hair color to Netflix red. She's full.
She looks amazing, isn't it? Baby D, Damaris, like, you can tell that money is the I think the wire dropped, in it. It's pretty cool though, visually, isn't it? Visually is pretty cool. Visually, having your podcast on Netflix, what it says for your brand is pretty fucking sick. Maybe for the fans, like, in practicality, won't be the easiest thing to remember to always be on Netflix to watch your favorite pod, but visually it's impressive. And also, maybe am I weird in this? I like my things to be segmented. When I want to watch movies and TV stuff, I watch it on Netflix. You know what I mean? When I want to watch documentaries and stuff, I prefer to watch them on YouTube. Am I the same? Am I like other people are saying? So I don't think I'd like having to watch a podcast on Netflix, because I associate movies and TV series on Netflix. Documentaries, I always watch them, on Thingamajig, on YouTube and shit. Even sometimes if there's documentaries on Netflix I want to watch, I'll sometimes download them. I'll sometimes illegally download them and just watch them regularly on my laptop or through a VST player, as opposed to watching them via Netflix, because I'd like to be so, you know what I mean? I want my things in different boxes type of thing.
Blown in there.
I thought she was a blood.
Salute to the bangers.
Come on, I met you usually with Crips. This is how we get SEO.
Yeah. Yo, just
I mean, Lil Wayne did it.
Lil Wayne did it. Stop.
Doesn't matter.
If you want
Nobody
this
cares.
type of content,
Nobody cares.
You can go right over to Netflix. But again, if you want our audio experience, that is exactly the same. Patreon's the same, but we're on the Netflix streets.
Pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking cool. Especially when you consider how Joe and a lot of people didn't really give these guys much of a chance. When they originally got fired, when they left, however you want to interpret it, the Joe Budden podcast, a lot of people were sad, like myself, because that Joe Budden podcast with these guys on the lineup as co-hosts was maybe one of the greatest pods of all time. Maybe I'm looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, because at the time I was listening to this show, you know, I was going through my own shit. I was working a dead-end job, and this fucking show really did give me a reason to live, for real. It's being in stockroom, stacking fucking shelves of shoes and handling refunds and just generally doing that whole retail job thing, which is fucking depressing as fuck. Being able to listen to like a 4-hour pod, 3-hour pod of these guys joking and laughing around really did help to let the time go by quickly, and also let your mind kind of disassociate from your reality. But a lot of people were not really confident that these two could go on and do their own thing. Everyone knew that Joe could, because Joe, for better or worse, has a very dedicated fan base. He's a very big personality too, very charismatic, whatever, entertaining. He'd figure it out. But I don't think everyone thought that these guys would land on their feet. And they landed on their feet pretty well. I don't think, since they've left Joe Budden podcast, I think they maybe had a couple of years where they were independent. But I think since then, they've always had a deal. And deals are good, because deals, you get money, you know, you get paid like a salary, let's say. So they get paid from the salary, they get paid from the sponsors. They're probably going to get a little payment, you'd imagine, for signing up to Netflix. So they're being well looked after. And I think, if anything, although these endorsements and these deals are not the best things for the fans and the viewers, I think what they do for them as a brand is that it shows they've got a brand people trust. You know, these big brands, these big networks, big production companies, they're trusting them. They're like, hey, we think you guys are sick. We think you guys are like not problematic. We're going to have you on our show. We're going to have you on a network type. And I think that's a big cosign. So even if it doesn't work out, you would imagine the deals and the connections that they'll get from spending their time over there on Netflix and having maybe conversations with people over there, maybe looking at other deals, whatever, will go a long way and might pay dividends later on in the future. But it's really cool, really fucking sick, really happy for them. And again, even if there's no money involved, it's still fucking sick. But I'm really curious to know about the fans. Will the fans continue to keep watching it on Netflix? Because it's a big jump, and it'll be a more of a bigger jump if you don't have Netflix. I'm one of those fucking, there's not a lot of us that exist out there, but I'm one of those idiots that pays for Netflix, pays for Spotify, pays for Apple TV, but still downloads illegally, you know? Pays for fucking, I pay for, Amazon Prime Video, I pay for all these fucking streaming services, but I still illegally stream some stuff if I can't find it. So I'm sure there's some of us that exist out there, but I think the majority of people just don't even have Netflix. You know, fuck it, I'm not using it. So to get Netflix specifically to listen to a podcast, that is next level dedication. You know, that's next level dedication. So I'm very curious to keep an eye open for the new Rory and More Reddit to see what the fans say. I'm very, very curious to see what the fans say, because I don't think they're all going to jump over. I doubt they're all going to jump over. I very much doubt it, but you never know. You never fucking know. What are you guys saying in the stream chat about this? Chris Merker, as long as her dollars are, I do the same. I do the same for Apple TV or HBO Max Pirate. Yep. Pick up easily. The integration with sponsorships has totally whitewashed content to milquetoast. The initial content always stands out as purest artistic expression. Yeah, for sure. But I think these guys do a good job. I like New Rory more, because when it comes to hip hop based podcasts, when it comes to like podcasts within that urban space, they're really not messy. It gets a bit annoying when they do the whole Kendrick and Drake conversation, because they both have their biases, and you know, it gets a little bit annoying to listen to. But I think apart from that, they do a really good job of like talking about culture, talking about music without getting into all the messy stuff. I kind of appreciate that. Big up Booth Apocalypse. Yeah, don't pay for it. Big up Cambridge Fire Stick. Yep, for sure. Technically, what are you doing is legal. What you're doing is legal. True. Did you see Imani had Rory's ex on the pod? Yeah. I saw that. I don't know what to make of it though. I'm pretty sure they're friends outside of the pod though. I think someone made a post of it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. It might be on a Reddit actually. That's Rory's ex. So this is Rory's ex. This is the girl that Rory proposed to at the Rock Nation brunch. That famous thing, that famous kind of arc in the Joe Budden, Rory and Moore kind of storyline, where they went to the Rock Nation brunch, and for some reason Rory thought that would be the best location to propose to his girlfriend, then fiance at that time. It didn't work out, because if I'm not mistaken, this was also the girl that Academics broke up. Academics played a role, because when Rory and Moore and were going back and forth with Academics was able to get some information from some girl that allegedly Rory was smashing, some side piece. And he basically aired out Rory's business, which then caused the end of their engagement. Now Rory will argue and say that the engagement was already going to end anyway before Academics said what he said, but I think Academics played a role in breaking them up, which is kind of crazy to be fair. But yeah, let's play the clip anyway. This is Rory's ex on Imani's show, one of the other co-hosts of the Joe Budden podcast.
ISO moment.
Okay, Joe. Joe just go the way Joe threw the camera on her so quick. Like, let me catch this now. Go ahead, Sam.
I know we talk about this a lot, and I know this could be a topic of
This
contention.
is our first episode here.
Let me explain something to y'all. I know how tall a gate is. Okay.
What?
When you are on that dating app and you stand up next to that gate.
Yo, I'm crying.
We know how tall you really are. We know how high that lamppost at MetLife goes. Okay. And stop taking pictures by yourself. Stand next to your boy so I can know if I'm picking the right one. Okay? Cut the bullshit. Okay? I know how tall that flagpost is. Okay? You are not 6'2".
Oh yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I got no real opinions. The only thing that's an interesting observation about this group of friends is that there is something about Joe Budden's extended group of friends or former friends. They seem to have a real infatuation, kink, desire, attraction, whatever, with each other's girlfriends and exes and shit. Just thinking about it, because I haven't watched the Joe Budden podcast in full in a long time, maybe ever since Rory and Mo were on it. But I do remember that being one of the constant topics. One of the topics they love to regurgitate. Oh, how many times have you been caught cheating? And another topic they love to regurgitate is it like against man code to fuck your friend's ex or to get with your friend's ex or something like that? They love that topic, and I think in particular Joe Budden and Ish have a lot of history between each other in terms of fucking each other's girls and shit. They've got various instances where they can say that they're Eskimo brothers. So maybe because of that, this is quite normal for their group. They seem to have a thing about messing with, talking with exes and stuff. Me personally, I guess it helps because I don't really have a big social group. I tend to keep a lot of people away from me personally. Just because I don't really like humans in real life. I would think it would go without me saying that if I end up breaking up with somebody, that if you're my friend and you're friends with them, you have to pick me. It wouldn't be something that I would ever say aloud because that's super gay, but it would go without saying that if you end it with somebody and that person and you have your own friends and they're still friends, it would make you feel away, let alone having them on a podcast. So I don't really understand this, but to be fair to them, we don't know their personal relationship and what they've been talking about. For all we know, E and Rory are cool. They've spoken to each other behind the scenes. Maybe this girl knew E before fucking Rory ever got a relationship with her. I don't fucking know. But I do find it interesting and somewhat weird how everybody associated with the Joe Budden podcast and the extended universe seems to be oddly infatuated with each other's exes. Like, crossing paths with them, liking pictures, following them on social media. Like, I don't know, it's strange. I don't know what that's all about. But I do find it odd how they all have some sort of like shared history in that regard. And they seem to enjoy it. Joe Budden in particular. Joe Budden for sure has a kink of like fucking his friends' girls and stuff. I think he enjoys doing that for sure. But the rest of them, I'm not too sure what's going on here. I don't really know. I don't really fucking know. But I do find it very funny that Academics played a role in this girl breaking up with Rory. I think that's fucking hilarious. I'm not going to lie. That's such a good part of the story that Academics have played a part in their engagement ending. I'm sure it's not true. I'm sure there's more to it. But that storyline is fucking crazy, if true. Fucking crazy, if true. What are you guys saying in the stream chat? Oh yeah, big up Coil in the stream chat. Big up Coiler. She laughing at a guy's hype, but she ain't posting her scale maxing out. Exactly. Big up Coiler. I love that. White Cash Patel in a wig on the show anyway. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, we need to chill. We need to chill. And I think there's one more incriminating clip of her, right? There we go. There's one more incriminating clip of her. One more somewhat incriminating clip people are saying might be weird and might paint the narrative that maybe E is fucking this girl. Let's see. What do you guys think?
You're not gonna beat my ass.
He's literally FaceTiming me right now, y'all.
We're talking about our pussies over here. And then you cool.
I must have felt the energy.
Our pussy energy, we got some.
Samantha said, did you feel our...
Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess. Fair play, innit? Fair play, fair play, fair play. Fair fucking play. Fair fucking play. All's love, all's fair in love and war, I guess.